Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a little girl who had never seen the ocean. The little girl's name was Lily, and she lived high up in the mountains where the only water she ever saw was in the river that flowed nearby her house. Every day she would sit by the riverbank and wish that she could one day sail away on the vast and endless ocean. One day, as Lily was sitting by the river, she saw something floating in the current. At first she thought it was a log, but as it came closer, she realized it was a bottle, and as it floated past her, she reached out, grabbed it, and pulled it ashore. As she wiped off the mud and sand, she noticed that the bottle had a message inside. With shaky hands, she opened the bottle and pulled out a piece of paper. On the paper was written a request for help. It said, "If you find this bottle, please come to the big city port and look for someone with hair the color of a sunset. I need your help." Then she noticed a signature at the bottom. It said, "From someone who loves the sea." Although she didn't know what the message meant, Lily knew she had to do something. So without telling anyone, she packed a small bag, put some food inside, and set off down the mountain. The journey was long and hard, but finally she saw the big city in the distance. As she approached the port, she began to look for someone with hair the color of a sunset. Finally she saw a woman with fiery red hair standing by a boat. As she called out to her, Lily noticed that the woman's face was filled with worry. When the woman saw Lily approaching, she asked, "Did you come to help me?" "I did," said Lily. "I found your message in a bottle and I couldn't just ignore it." "Thank you," said the woman. "My name is Coral, and if you help me, I'll tell you why I sent that message." "Okay," said Lily. "What do you need my help with?" Coral explained that her little brother had gone missing. He loved the sea and had taken their boat out for a row, but he never returned. She was worried something had happened to him. Without wasting any more time, Lily and Coral got into the boat and set off to look for the missing boy. They rowed and searched for hours, but there was no sign of the little boy or any land. Just when they were about to give up hope, Lily spotted something in the distance. "Look," she cried, "there's land over there." As they approached the shore, they saw that it was an island, and on the beach was a small hut. As they stepped out of the boat, they heard a voice. "Who's there?" A man with a long white beard came out of the hut. "Can you help me?" Coral called out. "My little brother has gone missing. Have you seen him?" "Oh, yes," said the old man. "He came here after taking your boat. He told me he needed a place to hide." "Why?" asked Lily. "Because there's a terrible storm coming," said the old man, "and when it does, the waves will be as big as mountains, and the wind will blow so hard that not even a ship will be able to stay afloat." Just then, the sky darkened, and the wind began to pick up. The old man looked at them and said, "You must leave now if you want to be safe." As they ran to the boat, Coral noticed something in the distance. "Look," she cried, "there's a ship." "Don't worry," said the old man. "That's just a friendly ship. It won't be affected by the storm." When they were safely in the boat, the old man shouted to them, "Be careful out there. The waves may be as big as mountains, but don't be afraid. Just remember, no matter how rough the seas are, there's always land somewhere close by." With those words, they set off back to the mainland. All around them, the wind began to grow stronger, and the waves began to rise. But remembering the old man's words, they kept rowing, and eventually they saw the shore of the mainland. When they finally reached the shore, they were exhausted but happy to be alive. Suddenly, Coral started to cry. "I'm so glad my brother's safe," she said. "But I'm so sorry I put you in danger." "It's all right," said Lily. "We're friends now, right? And friends help each other when they're in trouble." And from that day on, the two girls were the best of friends. And whenever they saw a bottle floating in the river or the sea, they knew that somewhere out there, someone needed their help. And now we invite you to like this story, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell button, because this motivates us and so you can receive everything new. See you next time. Bye.